Baptism with the spirit of the water. Yes, baptism. Baptism, honoring our body temples, honoring our life experience, knowing that life is abundant, life is good, life is abundant, life is rooting for itself as you honoring the spirit of the waters. Yes. There is more than enough. From abundance we come and abundance we remain. Yes. Life is good. The fish know the street. Blessing the 7 seas and bodies of water deep into Mother Earth. Know that where our feet touch, the earth is blessed. Whether be it under water, whether be it on land, where our feet touch, the earth is blessed. Life loves itself as us, washing us clean, washing us clean. We are the face of love. Life knows itself as good as us. Yes, preparing this word as the law unto our life. And so it is.
Sani Morani, Sani Morani, Sani Morani, Sani Morani, Sani Morani visionary. I want us to sing today. Really, I want us to sing today. Just a simple song so that we can, I think my crown looks perfect now. My crown. Didn't I tell you I'm a mermicorn? Didn't I tell you I'm a mermicorn? Okay, yeah, water. Water. Blessing the spirit of the water. Blessing the spirit of the earth. Blessing the spirit of the fires. Blessing the spirit of the air. Yes, yes, yes. Binding it all together with ether. Blessing Grandmother Moon. Guiding us. Guiding us. Guiding us. Whew. Yes, this energy is intense. This energy is intense. Okay, let's sing. So we can just shake off the energy and just move the energy, because we're speaking real truths. We're speaking things that are so profound, that are just so deep, that are just so wow. And I can feel the energy, child. I'm like, whoa, the energy is intense. Okay, let's go. Let's go. We're going to just sing. You can sing along with me. Sing along with me. It's going to be fun. Today I'm indoors. I was like, you know what? My audio is better indoors. Yo. And then, yeah, I had Burmese men do this beautiful artwork for me. So I just went and bought the Buddhas. And the Burmese men came and put the Buddha beauty. Isn't it so beautiful? The Burmese men did it for me. Yeah, the Burmese men did it for me. Artists, beautiful artists, so that I could have a nice studio indoors and have better audio indoors. So I'm so grateful to the Burmese men that came and, just made the goddess's space more beautiful. Ooh, I suppose I teach their children. So they made my prayer space beautiful. You see, you must thank the Burmese men. You must thank all the men. Okay, let's sing. It takes time for consciousness to change. It takes time for consciousness to change. Ooh, it takes time for consciousness to change. It takes time for consciousness to change. Be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Be kind with yourself. Be kind to yourself. It takes time for consciousness to change. Yay! It takes time for consciousness to change. It takes time for consciousness to change. It takes time for consciousness to change. Be gentle with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Malicorn! Whee! Malicorn! Yes, we're having a Malicorn moment. I'm back at school. I'm so thankful to be back at school. Woo! I'm so thankful to be back at school. Yeah. I wanted to sing that song because, I have watched my children over a 5-month period. And the transformation that they've made just from practicing forgiveness, from practicing chanting. We chant for 10 minutes in the morning before we start class, and we chant before we close off a class. And they have beads that they use to focus, and we go, focus, focus, focus. We're doing 11th grade math, 10th grade math, business math at 10 years old, at 12 years old. Every single class I play chud. I cannot tell you enough about chud, okay? If you're a Buddhist, chud is going to help you. Oh, wow, chud, please. Even if you're not Buddhist, look, I'm not Buddhist, I'm not Christian, I'm not nothing. I tell you every time, I'm nothing. I am just a vessel and I just listen. Where can I serve? Where can I serve? Where can my skills be used for the highest purpose of humanity, for consciousness to rise? This is all. I am nothing. Okay? Nothing to me. Nothing. Okay. Yeah, even if you're not Buddhist, if you're not whatever, Christian, whatever, play church, it's going to release you from so many lifetimes. You don't even understand your living, chat. You don't even understand. And sometimes it can be really scary to listen to other people's music and you're like, why are these things? They make me feel all scratchy and itchy, and I'm starting to see bad dreams, and I'm starting to be woken up by bad spirits, and this and this and this and this. Oh my God, I have bad dreams. Oh my God, you're probably releasing yourself from realms that you don't even know you're tapped into, because you haven't lived many, many of these realms. Many, many lifetimes. I'm talking to the visionaries here, okay? If you don't even understand what I'm talking about, you'll be like, what the hell? She'd be crazy. It's okay. It's okay. We're planting a seed. We're planting a seed. In due time, the seed will blossom. Okay? Don't you worry. No hatred here in the space. Only love. Only love. Okay. So here we go. If you play the Buddhist chant, it will release you. If you play the drum circle music, it will release you, but because maybe in a past lifetime you were in Africa and you were being hacked and killed. Who knows? In a past lifetime you were in India and you were being hacked and killed. Who knows? China. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Release yourself from these things. Release yourself. Honestly, release yourself. The reason I love the Kemet mythology, and that is my spiritual practice, is that it's based on nature, based on science, and based on math. Based on science and based on math. I don't want to pray to some god I don't understand. I'm sorry. I'm so tired of these gods. They're so scary and I'm not interested. Don't want to pray to a god I don't understand. No, thank you. For me, I'm a smart thinker. I'm a woman with what? Critical thinking. Welcome to Church Wall Street, where what? Spiritual awakening has a what? Tangible ROI. Spiritual gangster. Spiritual gangster. You see? Today I'm rocking my gangster crystals. Spiritual gangster. Gangster crystals. I'm a warrior. You can't touch me. I am supported by the spirit of the earth, called up higher by Father Sky, blessed, blessed, blessed by the blessing of 1,000,000,000 suns. I'm a warrior. I am a warrior. You can't touch me. You are a warrior for the light. You are a warrior for the light. You are a warriors for the light. You are a warriors for the light. I love song. Song reminds you to tap into the highest realms of love, the highest realms of consciousness. You know, in this day 5, change. What was that? Change again. What did I tell you? Change specialist. That's why I love Cardi so much. Okay, I go around, round, but you know I always tie it back together. Tie back together, tie back together, tie back together, tie back together. Boom! Okay, let's go. I love Kali because she's the goddess of destruction and rebirth and resurrection and like, yes! And she's holding the head of a man with a fucking sling. Okay, let's speak on this. Because we have a lot of women who want to slay the men. They want to slay the men. Slay the men. Okay, just because you see Kali's statue slaying the men like that with the head of a man and blood dripping and, you know, sword and a machete, she's like, damn man, I'm tired of these men. I'm tired of these men. Slay the heads of demons. Yo, man, we're not here to slay men. We're here to slay the masculine demons within our own beings. Men need to slay their own dragons, their own, wow. You need to do the work for yourself. Women need to do the work for themselves, slaying the ideas that they've taken on about masculinity, which are not divine. Competition in the workplace. This is a masculine idea, patriarchal idea that is not divine. It is not divine. Nature is constantly in synchronicity, constantly working itself out and creating so much beauty. Did I not tell you that I bend time and reality? Come to mama. Come to mama. So there we go. Okay, you are slaying the heads of demons within you, in your masculinity. You are slaying the heads of demons within you, in your femininity. There are men who gossip all day. This is a feminine trait. Since when do men sit and gossip all day? What the fuck? Oh, I'm not supposed to swear. Because my children apparently are watching my videos, and today they came to class and they were like, teacher? I said, oh, I don't know about this. I want to be real authentic, but like I'm like, I don't want my children walking around the island. Okay, I don't know. So we're gonna work this out. I got the good math off of that. Or believing an idea that bad words are, who cares, these ideas, who made these things up? But okay, I don't want my children running around the streets saying these things, okay? Okay, so I have to kind of like taper my language. But we're always trying to slay the divine feminine. The men are attacking the woman are attacking the men. These men are trash. These men will attack us. You stupid bitch, you whore, you prostitute, you abortionist, you fucking witch. You are attacking your own feminine energy. That's why these men can pray and nothing happens. Because you've attacked your own feminine spirit inside of you. These men hate their mothers. Okay, continue hating the divine feminine who's praying, who's doing the work, who's forgiving, and who's succeeding. Continue hating. You are hating the divine feminine within yourself. That's why when you pray, nothing happens. Don't know how to tell you. These women are busy praying up a storm, but they hate the divine masculine, so they are attacking the divine masculine within their own being. So they pray and there's no action, no movement of the feet. Even the tomato knows that I gotta get into them soil and self-actualize. This is the problem by hating the divine feminine and hating the divine masculine. That's why I do not participate in these things. It's too low. And the people that are functioning at these low levels never self-actualize. This is the trouble. Because we're all watching some idea outside of ourselves that is telling us what the masculine should be and what the feminine should be, and it's such a dysfunctional idea, it is not divine. Did I not tell you that I banned reality? Neptet, I see, speak to wood through me, immortal healing. Okay, we're going to do Ma'at, the laws of truth, justice, happening right now. Radical forgiveness. So, therefore, we were forgiving God for what? The mother we thought we never had. I remember, like on the Korean soap operas, like on Generations, like on Isidingo, Bold and the Beautiful, Days of Our Lives. Now we want mothers like reality TV stars. We want mothers like this because we are seeing these mothers and they are becoming billionaires. Oh, my mother's not a billionaire. My mother's been beaten up in that house. My mother is working as a cashier. My mother's working as a waitress. So my mother's not smart at all. Tell them truths. Let's tell them truths. That's why these men are attacking these women. Truly. And these men too, and these women too. Oh, you know, my daddy was a truck driver. My daddy was a jailbird. My daddy was not a Wall Street trader. My daddy was a preacher who raped children. My daddy was a garbage collector. Oh my God, these men have raised you even in this ignorance or whatever, or, you know, even if they didn't raise you and maybe that was divine, you wrote the story so that you can realize that you've never had a mother, you've never had a father. See, this is why I like the Kemet spiritual practice. God is your mother, God is your father. God is what? The four elements binding you together with ether. Boom. Because what? You breathe God. What? You drink God. What? You eat God. Right? See God. What? You hear God. As the elements, the air, the water you drink, the sunshine that keeps blessing you. What? With the blessings of a trillion suns. Oh yes, no more depression. Wholeness. Okay, I'm preaching now. They told me that when I put down the chanupa, something would happen. I said, yeah. I wake up with such energies and I'm just like, I've got to speak this truth. I don't know what is coming out of me, but I gotta speak this stuff. Okay, so let's forgive our fathers. For the fathers we thought, let's forgive God. For the fathers we thought we should have had and we didn't have. If I did not have the father I had, I would not be out in the world with the confidence because my dad used to take me out and protect me. My dad, no matter how painful the situation was and, you know, the relationship was, and it still is sometimes, you know, because I talk to my dad all the time and he's like, Timby, but like, why do you do these sorts of things? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe because you were absent, working a lot. And he's like, but I had to teach you how to be a businesswoman. Now look at you, you're a businesswoman in international spaces. I don't know. If I hadn't gone to all those meetings, listening to all those men complaining, oh my God, my dad used to go out during apartheid with a gun and a fucking machete and say, I will protect my children. Okay, yeah, he had some trauma, a lot of health trauma, but he did his best as a father, no? Because look at where I am now, 42 years old, walking them streets. So why are we blaming our fathers? They did the best they can. Whether they're a jailbird or whether they sold insurance or whether they worked on Wall Street or whether they were a lawyer, a conglomerate owner or a street sweeper, what do you care? These are your parents. Yeah, you might not have the same ideology and you might not have the same value system. You've outgrown whatever value system they are. What did we say? Consciousness takes time to evolve and change. So be gentle with yourself. So be gentle with your family too. But it doesn't mean now you get stuck in these stories. This is how we get stuck in our stories. My daddy was a truck driver, so I'm going to be a truck driver. My daddy was an insurance salesperson to business owners. I looked at that and I said, damn man, my dad be real smart. He goes for all of the rich business owners. He's not dealing with low ones. But my dad always used to teach me, you know, we had a shop, we had lots of shops, okay, like fish and chips, butchery and stuff like this. And my dad, one day we got robbed. We had like AK-47s to our head and we were like down on the floor and they were like robbing the till. And my dad was really angry for a week. He was really angry. I thought he was going to go kill all of those men because he was like, what the fuck, man? I'm just trying to feed my children, be a part of the community, support the community. Now you're going to damn rob me, and I've only been in business for like 3 months. What the frick? And I saw him really angry for a week, and then something came over him. I don't know what it was, but my mother's prayers, I think. These women can pray. These women don't listen to the soap opera and the soap opera people. They say some of these women pray for other people to die and stuff like this. This is soap opera bullshit. Do not listen to this stuff. It's soap opera bullshit. Watch all the soap operas in South Africa. It's all about people killing other people. It's all about church women doing spells and juju and voodoo and going to sangoma. It's all bullshit. It's the same thing in Asia. The Asians love their ghosts and they love their shamans. Oh, and their ghosts. Oh. But they talk about the ancestors, that if you kill somebody, that ancestor will be there in the house. But hey, Asia and they're poisoning. And then once they poison these men or whatever, the ghosts come. They speak in their soap operas. Don't believe any of the stuff. Don't believe any of the stuff. Don't believe any of the stuff. My mother used to pray a lot. She still prays a lot. So grateful for spiritual practice. She's not gossiping. She wasn't gossiping. She was praying. My dad overcame this anger of being betrayed when he was just trying to be a part of the community. He says the rage. I could see him for 1 week going to school. I was hella scared. Because anything you said, he would just like punch you and stuff like this. And I was like, what the hell? This man has lost his mind. Can you imagine you're trying to raise your family, protect your family in the middle of civil war, and somebody comes and fucking robs you? You're like, what the fuck? You're starting with the wrong man. But a week later, he called these guys and said, hey, let me give you some food. Anytime you need money, come to my store. I'll give you some money for food. Whatever you need, food, whatever. Just don't go kill people. Just protect my family. And just stop like killing people here and robbing people in this neighborhood. So whenever you need money and you haven't scored, just go not here in this neighborhood. If you haven't scored for a week, you haven't robbed a bank, you haven't done whatever you've done, you need to do to feed your children and whatever stuff. If you haven't scored, you can always come and get some meat. You can always come to my fish and chips and get some, fish and chips and pap and whatever it is. Get some vegetables. But the deal is, you don't come and bother my boundaries. I'm telling you this once, and we're going to stop this nonsense. I saw a shift. These men went from, you could see the lust in their eyes and the rage and the anger that we had, these shops, to being big brothers to me and protecting me, because there was a lot of drug dealers in that neighborhood that my dad had shops in, a lot of drug dealers. To being the big brothers that were protecting me. One of the guys' name was Uluki. And these guys were like hard criminals, man. Hard criminals. They'd done jail time, they'd killed, they'd raped, they'd done the most nastiest things on planet Earth. Yeah? And they were proud to talk about it. It was like, yo man, don't be fooled by the British accent. I'm a real fucking spiritual gangster. Okay? I grew up in the roughest neighborhoods. Gangsters, rapists, murderers. There was this one guy who was a drug dealer that used to come sit right opposite my dad's shop. When you didn't pay his drug deals and you owed him money for drugs and you couldn't pay the drug, he would tie you at the back of a van, his truck, and move the street, drive on the street, and the ass tar would just rip your skin open. And then he would do it on your back, and then you would turn around, tie your feet and tie it to the back of the buggy, put your face down, and just across the street. After he's done with you, you have no skin, nothing. I had to remember all of these things to wipe this stuff out of my spirit, out of my energy body. So it was a lot. But that guy was very dangerous because he used to sell cocaine and stuff like this. He was a very dangerous man. But these men that were just as dangerous and were killed became my brothers. They protected me. Every time I'd walk from one shop to the next shop, to the butchery, to the fish and chips, to this, with money, big money in my bag, they were like, hey, come, Tembi, come on, come on, come on, come on. And they would walk me. And every time the money people came with them guns and the AK-47s to take the money to the bank, they would be there protecting our money and our stuff. So I don't actually believe that men are all trash. Because my dad showed me how to turn that thing around. Yo, man, some of these people are unredeemable. Sorry, they're unredeemable. Even if you give them food, I was talking to a guy at the airport. He worked in the Australian prison system for 35 years and he just retired. And he even gave me all of the tests and the assessments that they use in Australia to determine whether somebody is redeemable or not. I don't know how true these things are 100%. I think there is some validity to it to understand what's going on an emotional level. But the power of forgiveness, the power of spiritual practice is more powerful than any test, any psychological test, anything. It truly is so powerful because I saw my dad. My dad's a powerful mystic. Yo, man, he's a powerful mystic. He transmuted and alchemized that energy. You can only do that so much and that energy just fizzles you out. There's a lot of people who are jealous out here on the streets. There's a lot of people who are jealous. Growing up in church, I had 10 dads. I had a music dad. I had Bob McDwaite was my music dad. I had a quantum physicist dad. He didn't call himself a quantum physicist, but he was a scientist. And Bob Mood, he was this genius. I think he's still alive. He's a genius. Truly, he's an ancestor, even if he's not alive. He's a genius. But there was no place in South Africa to express that genius. Yo, man, I've had dads who were amazing. I can't name all of them. Not that I've forgotten them. They are an image in my brain from my dad to some of the most amazing men that I met at churches. But what I found that all of them were traumatized. So when they were good, they were good. When they were being nasty and mean and they couldn't discipline properly, it was awfulness. It was awfulness, including my dad, because he was a traumatized man from apartheid. Do we keep blaming apartheid? No, we need to grow up out of this and heal thyself. Because keep blaming and blaming and blaming, you're still traumatized and you're still not having healthy relationships with your children. And women are saying, men are trash. And these women are saying, these fucking bitches. Anyway, why was I telling you that? Yeah, I can't remember. Can't remember why I was telling you that. Stop attacking your feminine side. Stop attacking your masculine side. Oh, I was telling you that because that the man, Bob McDwaite, he works at Kingdom Records, right? In South not Kingdom Records, Universal Studios. And I was in South Africa with my husband and he walked past, we were sitting in Rosebank having lunch. He comes out of Universal Studios music and he walks past and I'm like, oh my God, hi! He's like, when did you come back to South Africa? I'm just like, no, I'm just here for quick work and then I'm heading out to Rwanda, and I just had 10-minute conversation with him and I'm like, oh, this is my husband Robert, have you met? And I looked at my husband and I looked at this man. I said, damn, I married the same man, an artist. Oh my goodness, I married the same man. They work for the same freaking company, one in South Africa, one in America. How did these things happen? I married an artist. That man's wife is a teacher. Here we go. Because I had good role models. Yeah, they were crazy at times. They weren't healthy. And I mean, in the African culture, you can't say people are crazy. It's a total taboo. But no, we need to start speaking about these mental health issues. Truly, we need to, because people are being abused and people's self-esteem is being crushed. And so you can't even trust God. So thank goodness for radical forgiveness and therapy and spiritual work and all of this stuff, because I could differentiate from a healthy divine masculine to an unhealthy divine masculine. I could say, oh my God, this man is healthy. Yes, in this regards, he's healthy. I'll take this healthiness and I will mold what in my mind is divine masculine. So that when I'm in an abusive situation, I'm like, hang on a moment. I grew up with dads. Yes, they had their own crazy sometimes. But when they were in the sane mind, they were encouraging, they were expanding, they made me want to think like a scientist, a mathematician, a businesswoman who can do business internationally, who can pray, who can speak my truths, and they will support me. And then when they were crazy, they're running a smear campaign on me that I'm a prostitute. Okay, But that was when they were crazy. They are not in their divine masculine. They've lost their minds. But when they are in their divine masculine, these men are kind, these men are gentle, these men are artists, these men are scientists, these men are mathematicians, they're businessmen, they're healers, they're spiritual people who are just infusing Africans with the divine celestial music of the gods and the goddesses. So we have to work on our mental health issues, the men, the woman, because we really are hurting our children. We really are hurting our children. It's really about the children. So let's forgive our fathers. Actually, let's forgive God for the fathers we never had. Maybe your father was not sexy, wearing fancy suit, driving fancy car. Your father is just collecting trash or in prison. Just forgive God for giving you a father like that. You learn something. And I urge the divine masculine to come. Please, we need you. As the divine feminine, truly we need you. Will not subscribe to the idea that men are trash. Will not. Yeah, men are damn traumatized. And the traumatized ones, boundaries. Right there. Therapy. Good and God bless. Until you heal and evolve your consciousness. No thank you. It's a no thank you. I will not be abused enough. I grew up with abuse enough. No abuse. Wholeness in the space. Wholeness in our body temple. Immortal. The laws of Ma'at. Full activation right now. Done, done, and done. So let's get back to this. Divine masculine, truly you are needed. Truly you are needed. Because if I did not have these 10 dads, I had 10 dads, including my dad and my mother. 10 mothers. These mothers, when they were honored and they were praying and they weren't being beaten themselves or worried about money themselves or worried about their own children, they were such loving women, such prayerful women, such kind women. Oh no. When the mental health issues would start, they would vomit on you the darknesses of their souls. And this cycle continues and continues, and we wonder why our children cannot be self-expressed. We wonder why our children are not creative. Your child is creative. You say, I'm a koporosh, this is rubbish. Why are you scratching? You are breaking the child's creativity. They are going to be box-living people. They will never be able to think outside of the box. They will never be able to think themselves out of problems. You're creating dumb children. Sorry to tell you, dumb children. Private school education. Private school. No, I preferred my mother's teaching. I used to play ingeto. I don't know if you know ingeto, but you take stones and you put stones together and you take one stone, you throw it up. It's hand, brain, eye coordination on the floor in South Africa. Sit down on the floor in Soweto there and play ingeto and count 1, 2, 3, 4. So brain, eye, hand coordination. And then I figured out that I was actually talking to my ancestors, because I'd be playing these games with the stones, and then I would start hitting the stones on the ground. If you see some of my videos, you'll start to see me hitting the stones on the ground. I figured this stuff out when I was in the desert. I said, damn, man, I always knew this stuff. But I learned how to count that way by playing ingeto. I'm teaching my children how to do this. They love it because we're doing business math. And I'm like, you need to be able to subtract, to add, to multiply, to divide on your feet immediately. The best way to do it is take the stones, go find stones there. And then we draw a nice little circle, opening up the space for our cauldron, for healing, immortal, for wisdom. Wisdom. And then I make them play this game. 1, take 1 stone, put 2. Take 2 stone, put. They call it the Montessori system or something like that. No, man, what is Montessori system? Okay, blessings to Montessori, Italian lady. But I was playing ingeto in South Africa when I was 5 years old. This is how I learned how to count. Watch South African children. We play this game. We learn how to count. Use brain, eye, hand coordination. That's why can't license genius. I'm teaching my children these things. They are now doing 11th grade math. They are 10 years old, 13. The highest is 13. 11th grade math. How? When I got to America, I looked at the children and I said, this is college math? I was doing this in grade 10 in South Africa. What do you mean that I'm having to pay $3,000 for a semester to do this math? What happened to children who don't know how to do math? It's because they're not touching the elements. It's reserved for an exclusive few. Montessori system. Okay, great. The Montessori system is great. But it's kind of like private school education. No, I learned this. My grandmother taught me this in South Africa. My mother taught me this. Sit down. Get the stones. Get the stones. Get the stones. 1, 2, 3. So, brain, eye, hand, coordination. Can license genius. Okay. We in Africa, we know these things. We don't need to license these things. It's freely given because it's nature giving us everything. We don't need to create licenses and all of these things. I learned these things when I was 3 years old. Okay, so here's the thing. Now you can even forgive your parents if they didn't take you to Harvard or Montessori school. Private school. Teacher Tenby just taught you how to count, how to activate your brain, left brain, right brain. Because if you keep doing this, and you have to count, it's activating your brain and this creativity as you're throwing the stone up, trying to catch the stone, and trying to bring in another stone. Yo, man, woman, teach your children these things. Your children will be smarter than any professor. Can license genius. No, can license genius. Okay, but we're not gonna judge other people's system. I'm not about judging, I don't care. I'm just saying to you, if you didn't have a dad that could afford to put you in Harvard or one of these universities that are hard-la, la-di-la, and you're sitting there with your angers and you're not being a tomato seed and self-actualizing, you better get real. Learn how to play ingeto instead of video games where they're shooting up each other. That's why you gotta play outside. Okay, forgive your father. Forgive God. Because we even look at God as our father. So if God is Father Christmas and your daddy weren't Father Christmas, that could give you everything that other people's dads were giving their children, and now you had a lot of jealousy growing up, you're in hell. Get yourself out of this hell. You'll start thinking, yo, this is how I sleep. Because if I didn't do this work, I would not be able to sleep at night because, these things will terrorize you. I remember when I first got to Wall Street. Everybody on Wall Street that was hired at this firm that I was working at went to Harvard, MIT, London School of Economics, Wharton, Duke University. I said, yo, these people, such big degrees. Right. Okay, I went from a university in Las Vegas with my 3.8 GPA, okay? I studied, I wrote those tests, the GMAT test and all these things, wrote them essays, got invited to Harvard. When I was sitting there, I said, yo, these people with Duke everything, these things. And I said, hang on a moment, but my grandfather built an empire without Harvard. Hang on a moment. I had a real awakening there. I said, oh, wow. I'm not saying these schools are not good. Go if you must go. You'll learn something. I did enough private school education. I don't need to be colonized no more. Okay? Go if you must go. You'll learn something about yourself. It's not bad. Don't judge. If you judge, you become stupid. Honestly, you'll remain stupid. Just saying. But I had to look within my soul. I said, if I don't acknowledge that my grandfather built an empire, logistics, businesses, my dad did the same. He even branched out to a new industry, insurance. My grandfather didn't think of selling insurance, but my dad tried. He risked, and he just was like, I'm going to risk it. I'm going to go. I'm going to try. If I didn't acknowledge where I came from, I would have been intimidated by all of these people. On Wall Street, I was a little bit intimidated for 2 days, and I said, oh my God. I started looking at the charts, and the charts started speaking to me, the language of the emotion. I said, damn, I'm hella smart. Psychology is real good, child. Real good. And then I used to pray there on Wall Street, and I used to sit up straight at my desk and pray. Breathe in, because I'd already started meditating. I used to make money. The people used to come and ask me, how do you make money? I said, no, the charts are speaking to me. And then as soon as I started entertaining these people and I would start teaching them all sorts of these things, I would start losing money. Why? Because I used to take on people's energies. So I couldn't think, because now I'm worried about this person who cannot think and is losing money in the stock market instead of being worried about my own business. Boundaries! Boundaries. Worry about yourself. Okay? Worry about yourself. Start here. Forgive your father. Forgive God. Actually, forgive God. We're going to get there to the forgiving of the fathers. Don't you worry about the kid. It's coming. Okay? It's coming. Forgive God for the father that you never had. God, I wanted a daddy who was a lawyer, a daddy who was a miner, a daddy who was a billionaire. You did not get that. So just forgive God for that and stop worrying about it and self-actualize like a tomato seed. How about this? See you day 6? Yes. We didn't do our breathing today. We sang. Let's do breathing before we close. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Blessing all the fathers, the divine masculine, and all those that are lost in confusion. Oh, blessings. Thank you for the lessons you teach us. Divine masculine, you are needed to step up, stand in your authority as love, as creativity, as joy, as beauty. Good words out of thy mouth. Good heart, loving of thyself. You are needed, divine masculine. We bless you. The laws of Ma'at in full activations. We bless you, divine masculine. Divine feminine, you are needed to rise. Alongside the divine masculine, you are not above, you are not beneath. Divine masculine, you are not above, you are not beneath. We are the fullness and the beauty of creative love intelligence becoming fully manifested as us. You are needed, divine masculine, to step up into your power. Divine feminine, you are needed. In through the nose, out through the mouth. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be liberated from all ignorance. May I be liberated from all suffering. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be liberated from all ignorance. May all beings be liberated from all suffering. Togos, Togos, Togos. Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Be happy, be happy, be happy. Woo! It's so hot. Yo! Uyashisa emhlabeni ngampheli nqanga, uyashisa hayibo. Hayibo kuyashisa emhlabeni ngampheli nqanga, ayingeke. Noma kubulwane ayingeke, kuyashisa, ayingeke singaphela, ayingeke. Okay. Yo, fanele ngiziphathaphathe. Fanele uziphathaphathe. I'm finished. I'm finished for the day. I'm going to go edit now and get ready for school tomorrow and do my prayer works. This is how we work. This is how we roll. Welcome to Church World Street, where what? Spiritual awakening has a what? Tangible ROI. Come! Did not tell you that bend reality. Bye!
Down,